The survivors, after an Israeli airstrike hits their home in Deir al-Balah. At least 2 Palestinians were killed in this attack as the Israeli military continues its operation in central Gaza. More than 50% of Gaza's homes have been destroyed or damaged since the Hamas attack on October the 7th. There is no time to mourn. The injured are evacuated quickly. Child after child arrives at Al-Aqsa Hospital. On the hospital floor, doctors try to save who they can. This is one of the few functioning hospitals in Gaza, but it's overwhelmed. Around 2 million Palestinians lack access to safe water, food, and vital medical supplies. The Israeli military offensive is way beyond an air campaign. In Rafah, Israeli troops are seen operating inside the city as they try to destroy Hamas infrastructure. The assault on Rafah has driven out more than 1 million people. Thousands are living in tents, and despite the hunger and bombardment, they're preparing to mark Eid on Sunday with no truce in sight. Well, James Elder is a spokesman for UNICEF and is currently in Gaza. I spoke to him earlier about the situation on the ground following the hostage rescue operation last weekend by Israel, and began by asking him to describe the situation over the last couple of days.
It's utterly dire. It's unsurprising how much worse it's got since I was last here 6 weeks ago, but it's very, very distressing. It's been a relentless bombardment the last 2 nights where I am now here in Rafah. Heavy bombardments in the last hours, a lot of Apache helicopters, a lot of people on the move again. It feels like day one, Christian, of the war, children on the floor with horrendous wounds of war, missing limbs. And psychologically, I guess, is what I've noticed as well. The people are at point of collapse, this enforced chaos. They've been denied access to aid, they've been denied safety, they've been denied dignity.
Where are people moving from and to?
It's scattered. People are so unsure, obviously now. People 4, 5, 6 times. So families do not know where to go, and rightly so. The words of safety, the words of limited, offensive, these mean nothing against the reality of what people are suffering on the ground.
And do you think there has been any difference in how people feel after the Israeli operation this week to rescue its hostages?
I think some people are just in autopilot. Some people are still holding on to hope of a ceasefire. Others can't count how many times we've had declarations of a ceasefire. And a horrifying number, Christian, of people I've spoken to, almost always who've lost large numbers of family members, say to me along the lines of, they hope that one of these nights soon a missile just hits their tent and ends this for them. So yes, Sunday's operation, rescue, massacre, call it what you will, has taken another heavy toll. But since then, the bombardments have been relentless, at least where I am here, Rafah, Khan Yunis.
Right, and what's the aid situation? What's got in over the last couple of days?
Oh, we're getting aid. We're getting aid in. Sure, it's distribution. Getting aid is one part. Being able to distribute it is another. In May, half the amount of humanitarian came in as April. So getting it in is part of the problem. Distributing it is another. On Wednesday, we have a nutritional crisis here, as you know. On Wednesday, I was part of a convoy, a UNICEF truck, medical and nutritional supplies for 10,000 children going from the middle area to the north to Gaza City, all the paperwork done, all the military approvals from the occupying power. It's laborious, but it's essential. That journey, Christian, would be about 25 miles. It took 13 hours. We spent 8 hours at checkpoints. And then eventually the truck with those medical and nutritional supplies for 10,000 girls and boys was denied. It had to return. As I sat there waiting, looking at the coast, looking at fishermen with a single net, these men trying to catch a few fish for their family, as I watched that near the checkpoint, I saw 2 fishermen shot as they fled, one in the back and one in the neck.
And why was that aid turned around?
No reason given. I don't know. We don't. So frequently, no plausible reason is given. Sometimes no reason is given. I think in this case, It was saying that it was a small enclosed truck and they thought it would be a van. The paperwork I saw said truck/van, and then was sent back and held for hours and hours and hours upon hours, only for the truck to be denied.
James Elder, thank you very much.